Hi guys, welcome back to All Rose Lead to Bravo and Reality TV with Jessica. Guys, I have a good one for you guys today. We're going to be recapping the Southern Charm Season 9 Reunion Part 1 and Southern Hospitality, the latest episode. Alright, let's jump right into it. Southern Charm, everyone comes to New York. Nice, you know, they're all looking good, guys. Did you guys see the cast photo? Like, I think it came out probably 2 weeks ago. Every single I don't remember the time we had any show on Bravo, Housewife, Vanderpump Rules, whatever. Like every single cast member looking like a 10, from the head to the toe. Like the Charmers brought it. Like guys are just, this season is just 10 over 10 in my opinion. Like thank you guys. Like thank you. All right, let's jump right into it. We're all seated. JT is like going after Austen. We haven't even done like 5 minutes. He's like, I'm going to like, I am going to perform an exorcism on Austen and like compel like the demon, the fuckboy demon away from him. I don't know. I know what Austen has on JT, but I don't know why JT attacks him all the time. It's not Austen's fault that, you know, he is where he is, who he is. Like, and I know JT's coming in like a Prince Charming, but my guy, like you don't want your brand to be the good guy, because the moment you fuck up, Bravo fans are going to turn on you. And we don't have that longevity the way we have it at Craig. We know Craig, like we've always known how, like this is Craig. We have that like connection with Craig. So we've seen him, you know, be addicted to, I think it was Adderall or something. You know, we've seen him through like his darker times, and now he's like glowed up to the guy that we've always known Craig to be. We don't have that longevity with you, JT. So if you're coming in, branding yourself as the good guy, you better live up to it, because the moment you start acting like a dick, the way like Austen and Shep and even Whitney are like the fuck boys that they are. So in my opinion, I just don't like the fact that he's leading with that. Like, I'm a good guy. No, you can lead with the fact that, hey, I'm a guy that doesn't like the fact that you did this to a girl that I like. That's it. But then don't like come in and act like you're like a savior, like I'm this good guy and I don't like when guys are bad, because you're gonna have your moment. Or well, I don't want to say you are going to, let me say if you have your moment, the fan base is going to turn on you like this. And I met JT at BravoCon. He was so cool. Like I really liked him at BravoCon. Like he was obviously so happy to be like belong to this community. You know, he was appreciative of the platform. And he was cool. He wasn't stuck up or anything. We all know how reality TV is, especially Bravo. It's like this. You have to ride the wave. So you may have a good season. Just know that once you've had a good season, a bad one is coming soon. Ask the OGs, they'll let you know, right? So, you know, coming hard for Austen. And even Austen is like, dude, why are you on my dick today? Like, what the hell? You know? But anyways, we get to talk about Madison and Brett's relationship. I was surprised that, you know, Andy even brought up the fact of what Austen had said. I'd even forgotten about it. And I'm glad that Austen actually, you know, talked about that as well. Like, you know, sort of gave an apology in a way. You know, I think Brett is good for Madison. I don't know if the long-term relationship thing that you're doing is going to work for like that long. But I know Madison's the kind of girl that she'll do anything to, like, this is what she's always wanted. So I'm sure she'll probably like work on the marriage, and if it needs to be a short distance relationship, basically be in the same place, I'm sure that would happen as well. So I don't think I'm foreseeing like anything like bad happening in that relationship. I think they look good. And obviously Hudson, and I like the relationship with Hudson and Brett as well, at least the little that we saw. So that was good. And then we hear Shep. First of all, was I the only one at the beginning of the episode? Obviously, when Andy asks Taylor, like, oh, you're now dating someone, and we find out that she's dating TJ from Southern Hospitality's roommate, who is Gustin, who in this episode we found out was making out with Joe Bradley's girlfriend. Like, it's like, Taylor, like, do you just like bad boys? I don't understand, babe. Like, why are you doing this to yourself? But we'll talk about that in Southern Hospitality. That's not a Southern Charm. That's not a Southern Charm episode. It's just crazy that, you know, the moment we're finding out who Gustin is and all of that, we're also finding out on Southern Charm as well that in real time he's dating Taylor. But like a few months ago, whenever they filmed Hospitality, he was making out with someone else's. They're not exclusive, but someone else's girlfriend. I don't want to say, maybe loosely girlfriend, right? Because we're not exclusive that we know of. Anyway, and then Shep is kind of implying, like the way he said, I have something to say later. Like I was really thinking he was going to talk about like he was in love with Taylor. Like, oh, I've had this epiphany, and now I feel like, oh my God, I could have made it work. That's what I was thinking. But anyway, he actually said it that he would have gotten married if Taylor wasn't on the show and he wasn't on the show as well, which I think is true because the show has kind of afforded him another, aside from the fact that he has like family money, the show has afforded him the luxury to also not work if he doesn't. Like, I work for how many couple of months filming a show. I'm going to take that money and travel out because guess what? He has family money as well. So he's not like relying on like, and he doesn't have any family to feed, and his family is not like paying off their mortgage and things like that. So he really just he doesn't have anything to do with his time, so he's going to be, lonely and things like that. So I understand when he said, even not for the show, I feel bad. I take some responsibility for, obviously putting Taylor on the show, because if Taylor wasn't on the show, yeah, and they had their private life, of course, maybe they would have gotten married, because you would have been like, oh, what am I doing in my life? All my friends are married. I'm almost 50. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get married. So I see that happening, Anyways, we'll talk more about Shep's revelation. Obviously, we get to Craig and Paige's part, and Andy is like, who here thinks that Paige is going to move to Charleston? I was actually surprised anyone raised up their hands. Let's be for real. We all love Paige and Craig. Do I think they're going to get married? I don't. And I think it's okay as well. And I love that Craig acknowledged that in the season. And I was surprised that he didn't bring that up at the reunion. But in the season, he said, like, look, I've got to the point that I'm okay if you don't work out. Like, I'll be sad, but like, it is what it is. And I just think that they both love each other so much, but at the same time, they're so independent too. And they both work so hard to like live their dreams, because this is what Craig has always wanted. And Paige as well, right? She's always wanted to be this fashion kind of person. And you can't do that in what's South Carolina? You can't do that in Charleston. You have to be in New York or in LA for something like that, right? And I think Paige is just comfortable, doing her life right now. So I just don't know how it's going to work. Someone has to give, and they're both two independent people that love each other, but also love their lives, like they're living their dreams individually too. So who is going to I guess give up your dreams for the other person? Oh my God, I can't even imagine that. But that's what's going to end up happening, and I don't know if any of them wants to do that, right? Anyway, Madison, Austen, and I can't remember the other person. People raised up their hands, and they were like, "Hey, Madison is like, well, my husband and I are not doing the long distance, and it's working well for us." All right, so we get to talk about the fact that JT is sticking up for Taylor, Shep as well, and Andy says something, and I understand, Taylor is not like a baby. And even Craig said it, she's like a 30-year-old. She's responsible for her own actions. So I understand why Shep feels like if I didn't bring her on the show, right, obviously all this will not have happened. And obviously if he didn't cheat as well. Because we all see that the actions of Taylor, I don't know if it's maliciousness. I don't think so. Like Taylor, sending the nudes to Whitney and all those things. It was all just to punish Shep. You cheated on me. You embarrassed me. I am going to fuck you up. But she's doing all these things. She's still in love with this guy. And so everything she's doing, sometimes, I feel bad for her, because it's she's a broken-hearted girl that is still in love with the guy that she broke up with. Now, you cheated on me. I broke up with you because you've embarrassed me, but I'm still in love with you. Can you imagine? And then I have to walk with you. And we share the same friend group. And Taylor is not going to leave Southern because she's not even working. I think she's doing something with Day Chaser, but she doesn't have a 9-to-5 job, or she needs the money. She's not going to now leave Southern Charm because of Shep. So she's in this world already. And I think that Leva and the girls are not affording her the opportunity to be like, yo, we do understand we're with you on the break, or in the breakup scenario, but you betrayed your friend. Everyone is just Taylor. I had to see both ways. I can feel bad for Taylor. And at the same time, I can be like, babe, you fucked up with Olivia. You really, really fucked up. And I don't care if you had to apologize 2 million times. You have to apologize. Taylor is the kind of person that I think she's been so nice in her, like, her normal life, that she's never really had a grudge with someone. So she cannot phantom the fact that someone cannot forgive her for something. And I don't care if Olivia and Austen were not dating, or they hated each other, or they were dating. Doesn't matter. The fact still remains that your friend was confiding in you about her relationship with somebody, and behind the scenes, you and this person were unnaturally close, and you guys made out or had sex. We still don't know. We all have our, like, what we think happened, predictions, whatever, but we suspicions, assumptions. Nobody knows for a fact. And I don't think Austen and Taylor are going to ever tell us. And then I like the fact that Shep even brought up the fact that, hey, you even said it, like, if you had been at the bar before I came in, you would have gone for Taylor. Like, you and Taylor would have been together. And Olivia is like, at this point, you guys just need to do it, because do we know that you actually try and date first so that you get it out of the way, because you're already annoying. Like, you guys are just going round and round and round. In the end of the day, you guys are still making out. Like, you guys still ended up making out, even though you guys, were just friends or whatever, like the sexual tension carried on, basically, is what she's saying. So you might as well just bang it out now and get over it. And Taylor is like, look, I've loved Shep. Like, I was already attracted to Shep, and I think that's true. I truly think that Taylor, and I still think Taylor is in love with Shep. It's so, you could see it in the poor girl's eyes. All through the reunion, she's still in love with Shep. Like, if Shep has stood up and said, I want you, I'm going to get married today, TJ's roommate, she would have been like, bye, I'm out. I'm going to be with him. Like, that is how much I think Taylor is still in love with Shep. Austen was not, whatever. And Austen just being the guy that he is. And I think that's one thing that annoys JT, is the fact that you think you can just go around, picking up girls, breaking up with them, things like that, making them fall in love with you, lead them on and break up with them, which is basically what Austen is known for. So I can understand that part, but I just feel like JT shouldn't be like JT, you don't want to present yourself as like the savior. I'm this good guy, because this is your first season. Okay. Anyway, Olivia and Taylor are going back and forth, and Olivia is like clearing Taylor, like, at every point. And then Taylor is like, forgive her, she would want to be forgiven. Everyone is like, what are you trying to say? And Olivia just catches the shade immediately. Olivia is like, say what you want to say, because you've been waiting to say it. Like, speak up. I know you've been waiting to say this all day long. Like, this is what you've been holding it against me. So we are friends. I confided this. This is the only thing I've ever confided in you on. And here you are about to expose me to the entire world. Do it. And then Taylor is like looking at her. And they say it. And if you catch Taylor's face, she was just smiling. And then you can see that evil there. And I'm like, oh my God, Taylor, just when I was trying to be on your side, you show us that you don't care. You are not sorry that the kiss happened. You are sorry that you got caught. That's the truth. And I think Taylor feels like, look, I never liked Austen that way to even care to really apologize. I think that's how Taylor is looking at it. And Taylor is like, if you guys are not married, I don't care. She even said that to her brother, like, were they dating, were they not dating? She still doesn't see the betrayer in it. Like, I can feel bad for Taylor in the sense that I know this is someone that is broken because she's still in love with someone. But then you cannot go around throwing fires everywhere and expect not to get burnt. And that's what she did, because she betrayed your friend. It wasn't even a random person. And whether or not your friend was dating Austen, whether or not your friend was done with Austen, whether or not, I don't care. That's where Taylor doesn't understand. And I was trying to stick up for her, because I understand the whole heartbreak thing. But when she went after, like, Olivia in that situation, bringing up, Thomas Raven. Like, I know that South Carolina is a small place, but how small is Charleston that all these people are hooking up with each other? Like, I think Craig is the only one that has not hooked up with anyone that we know. Because even in season 1, when he wanted to hook up with Catherine, that was when Shep hooked up with Catherine. So Craig never did. Anyways, let's just continue. They obviously she exposes the whole Thomas Ravenel situation, and Andy's like, Thomas Ravenel? And then they're like, Olivia is like, yeah, because Madison even brought it up. So let's say Olivia never told anyone. Obviously, Thomas told someone because Madison found out. And Madison brought it up last season. And Olivia is like, no, it never happened. It never happened. You know, he's like my family friend. And then Olivia obviously now confides in Taylor. And he's like, well, it actually happened. And I read this morning, Thomas Ravenel, you know, put out a statement. And he's like, oh, they're always using me for ratings on the show. And like, Olivia was trying to use me to get on the show. And she never knew anyone in Southern Charm at the time. And it happened in Atlanta. And like, you know, I forget that Thomas Ravenel was actually the one who even came on Twitter and told everyone that Olivia's brother died. So I wonder how close they are, like their family. He should be like Olivia's parents' age. Just weird. Like, Charleston is just a weird place. I'd like to go there one day and just like see everyone like, okay, this is Republic. And this is where they filmed the bridge and when Catherine was screaming Thomas's name. And of course, go to Miss Patricia's place to see as a tourist. Something I would really love to do because I watched Southern Charm. Like, this is not a real place. Like, how many people live here that all of you are hooking up with like each other? Like, what the hell? Anyways, everyone is like shocked. Like, ugh, really? Olivia kind of plays it down. One time thing. I was in college or I just finished college or whatever. It is what it is. We move over to Shep, and I want to end on Shep. Because obviously, I know the episode ended on Olivia and Taylor's whole thing, but I want to end on Shep. So they have a break. Oh, no, even before was it before the break? I think, yeah, we have a flashback. Because Andy says Shep wants to say something, and I think we have a flashback of the beginning of the reunion when they were still in the dressing rooms. Yes, and Shep was telling Andy, like, look, I have something I have to say. And Andy is like, oh, okay. Andy's like, sure, I'll give you the floor. And Andy gives him the floor, and when he starts talking, initially I was thinking, oh my God, is Shep about to retire? Is he leaving the show? And then I found out that I didn't even see him. I saw him at BravoCon at the panel, but like I didn't see him, like no close contact. So I heard he was, rude, but hey, it's BravoCon. Some of them are just rude. But I didn't know he was like drunk to the point that he couldn't even, like, he blacked out, didn't even know what was going on. That's scary. That's scary. And like I said earlier in the episode, Shep, unfortunately, he's alone, right? Everyone is married around him, like, aside from the guys on the show. Like, I'm sure his real friends in real life, like, the guys he went to, like, college with and high school with, they're probably all married, all have kids, Even that his cousin that appeared shortly last season, he was saying she was, like, the female Shep. She got married and has a kid now. So it's like, you're the only one. And then Austen and Craig, they were all Peter Pan with you, but now they're trying to grow up as well. They have like their own podcast. Austen has his own, Austen has his bare business, but it is what it is. But Craig has his pillow company that is doing 8 figures. Wow. Nice one, Craig. And then when they're off away doing like their live shows, you're just alone. She's like, what am I going to do with my time? I'm going to drink. And now you start thinking of your life. Like, you're going to have like, midlife crisis and things like that. But the fact that you're drinking and drinking and drinking, then you're blackout drunk, I'm sure I was not the only one that was expecting. So, first of all, when he started speaking, I thought he was going to say he was retiring. But when he started talking about the fact that he was drunk, and Andy was also helping him out, like, yeah, you were drunk at BravoCon and things like that. And Craig and Austen too are like, you know what, we've tried our best. You need to meet us somewhere. Like, meet us, like, come to the middle. Because we've been there for you. We can't do that again. So there was like, he called all his friends. And Austen and Craig were called, but they didn't attend. And Craig is like, we did not attend because we've been through this before. And I think I was disappointed. And I'll tell you guys why. I was thinking that at that moment, Shep was going to say, I'm going to be going to rehab. That was what I was expecting. And instead, he's like, I don't drink alcohol anymore. Oh, sorry, I don't take shots. I only drink beer. Like, I think everyone watching, and even the cast, probably Madison gave us like the best comment at that point. Madison is like, I was about to cry. I thought he was going to rehab. And I'm like, me too. Because at that point, I'm like, oh my God, Shep. Oh my God. Okay, he realizes that he has a problem. He wants to take care of it. Good job. But then he's like, I won't be taking shots and I'll only be taking beer. And I don't think that's what Craig wanted to hear. I think Craig wanted to hear, I'm about to take responsibility for this. I want to go to rehab. I think that's what they wanted him to say. But he didn't say it. So that's why Craig was just like, yeah, I hear you. We're going to be there for you. But like Shep, I think rehab would have been good. Like even if it's like a 30-day, 2 weeks, I don't know, outpatient, whatever it is that they do these days. You need help from professionals. Things like this, you can't just quit on your own. And I don't know if if Shep is like an alcoholic. Well, if you're going to go black out that way, yeah, you probably have a problem, right? But like, I think it's because he doesn't have much to do with his time. Aside from the show, he doesn't have any business. He doesn't care. Like, he has family money. Like, the show is just an extra cash at this point. Anyways. Oh, yeah, one thing to add from the beginning of the episode, the reunion, when Andy kind of reprimanded them for, like, passing on the nudes of Taylor. And I don't know why Lever brought up the fact that, you were saying, I thought she was going to say it was, like, a real nude, but he said it was, like, pictures again. I was like, okay. Oh, sorry, it was like words that she was saying, like, come get it, free for all. Everything that Taylor did in that sense. Was it crazy? Yes, but it was all to spite Shep. Did it work? No, it didn't. So, it's just sad. Anyways, I think part 2 will be seeing more of Austen and JT and obviously Olivia and Taylor, because that's where we ended it out. When Olivia kind of cursed out Taylor for reviewing the T-Raf situation, and Taylor was smiling at first, but then when Olivia was like, this is the only thing I've ever told you, like, and here you are again, you're a horrible human being, forget you're not even a good friend, now you're even showing you're a horrible human being. And Taylor was like, oh no, like, you could see her face just change, like, oh no, I've been caught, oh my god, take cover, oh no, everyone's gonna think I'm a bad person. You're gonna help you matters, babe. What you're supposed to have done was just apologize again. Alright, guys, let's end the Southern Charm reunion here, and let's go to Southern Hospitality. Alright, guys, Southern Hospitality this year. Alright, Southern Hospitality, guys. Quick one. I really, really love this episode, especially the end. I cannot wait to see what the next episode brings. Guys, if you're not on the Southern Hospitality train, what are you doing, guys? You need to join us over here. We're having fun. I know that people think, oh my God, another Vanderpump Rules. Why are they trying to give us, it's like the step sister of like, shows. Like, they don't want those kind of shows. Like, we already have Vanderpump Rules. So we're like, why are they trying to give us Southern Hospitality? But I think they're trying to give us Southern Hospitality because you guys wanted them to cancel Vanderpump Rules before the scandal happened, remember? So they had to give us something else. Anyways, Southern Hospitality, this episode, I think we can all agree that Maddie does not care about her job. Like, can I blame her? No. Okay, let me change my words. She does care for her job, but she doesn't care to be like the VP manager. Like, that's not like, she's not like a Joe Bradley. Joe Bradley really wants this hospitality business. Maddie wants to be a DJ. It's just paying her bills. Like she said, it's helping her live the life that she's living, for her Botox, for her nails, for her lifestyle, basically. That's what the job is doing. It's not a long-term plan for her. It's a short-term. It's a short-term plan. So when something's a short-term plan, you're just like, I'm just trying to use you to get to my dreams. For Joe Bradley, this is his bread and butter. Like, this is his life dream. Like, this is what he wants to be doing. He wants to own a restaurant. He wants to basically be a Lamar and Lever. All right, so you can see that Maddie doesn't really care. And I think the best thing for her to do would be to tell Lever, I'm not ready for this. Like, I have so much I'm trying to do. Can Emmy take over? But we know Maddie's not going to do that. So, and we see, obviously, Emmy's like pissed at Maddie. But Emmy is doing like the classic thing. Like, I'm going to fuck you up by taking your job under you. Like, under your nose, I'm going to take your job. I think that's Emmy's like plan. So we see Emmy. Obviously, she tells Lever, I want more responsibilities. I'm ready now. I want to do this. They give her the opportunity because while they're having a meeting talking about the fact that, hey, we have shortage of staff. What does Maddie say? Sorry, I know you guys have shortage of staff, basically, but I'm not also going to be here because I have to go open up for James Kennedy. The CEO, Leah is looking at her like, really? Whatever. Well, Emmy, tells Lever that she's ready for the opportunity, and Lever gives her the opportunity to basically be the VIP manager for the night that Maddie's going to be opening for James Kennedy. We see Mia. Mia has a new boyfriend. We see her with her boyfriend. They have a date. Nice. Then we see Emmy and Will talk about the kiss again. Will is like appreciative of the fact that even though everybody doesn't believe him, the most important person believes him. Now, I think we're all in agreement that the kiss happened, right? Like, allegedly. Like, we're all in agreement that it happened. But obviously, they would never admit it. So, and I know they are still together. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oshin. I was thinking we are going to see more of Oshin this season. All my guy is just like, all he's doing is promoting his OnlyFans. He's just promoting his OF page like no man's business. The milkman, the milkman. I don't understand the whole thing with the milk. Even when they asked him and he tried to explain it, I still didn't get it. Oh, now the main part of the episode rather was when TJ. I love TJ too. TJ and Mia meet up. TJ tells Mia like, oh, Sally's getting on my nerves. And then we find out that Salley actually works at the restaurant as well. And it's not a restaurant. It's like a bar lounge, right? I'm just calling it a restaurant because of Vanderpump Rules. It's a bar and lounge. But in case you hear restaurant, all for one, okay? TJ tells Mia that, hey, Salley is pissing me off because, first of all, before that, we see Joe Bradley like cook for Salley. They're on a date in his house. He cooks for her. Everything goes well. In fact, prior to going on the date with my best friend, she's hooking up with my roommate. And then my roommate is the one that's even looking for the outfit for her to wear to go on a date with my best friend. And then after the date with my best friend, she still called my roommate to tell my roommate that she doesn't like my best friend that way. She don't want to date him. But then I'm seeing you guys all like buddy, like what the hell? So Mia is like, oh, okay. Mia is happy because Mia is like, well, Joe Bradley fucked me over with the whole Maddie thing. So I don't care. That's his karma. But then TJ, of course, when they get to the bar that night, TJ tells Joe Bradley. No, sorry, he didn't even tell Joe Bradley at first. He's talking to Salley. And Joe Bradley is like noticing like there's a little bit of tension. Sally's like looking at the camera. My girl, she's still conscious of the camera, but I don't blame her. She wasn't prepared. I'm sure she didn't think it was going to happen. So like them blasting her on national TV. So she's not sure if she could, like what to say. She knows that she's mic'd. So she knows that they're going to air it. So she's like, okay, you can see in her brain, she's thinking, I need to like be conscious of what I'm saying right now. So she's not really saying a lot. But TJ is like, look, I know everything you're doing. You fucked up, and all of that. I know everything with my roommate and with Joe. And Sally's denying it. And TJ is pissed. TJ leaves. Joe Bradley notices it. Joe Bradley goes in. I don't know if he was trying to avoid the cameras and all that. Because he's like whispering to JT like what's going on, what happened. And JT basically told him everything. And Joe Bradley is like pissed. He goes outside. He's telling Salley like, let's walk with me. Which I have to give it to Joe. Like, he was very composed, like very, very, like even at that point, like he was like, walk with me. Normally you see these guys come out and be like, what the fuck? He was still very composed. He was like, walk with me. They're working together and then he brings it up. He was pissed, but he was still a gentleman. It's like, walk with me. And then he brings it up and he's like, that's like a serial killer move, basically telling her what she did. And she's like, no, I didn't do that. She wasn't really denying it, but I don't know if she was trying to, but she's trying to calculate and how, like, she was very, 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 like, conscious of the fact that there was a camera there. And the fact that she was mic'd. And also Joe as well, because Joe is like, you know what? We'll talk about this later, because he's also conscious of the camera. And he goes in, he's trying to call Gustin, who is TJ's roommate. He doesn't pick up. And at that time, he walks back, he sees Salley, and they're talking about it again. And then Salley, he's like, all right, this is the moment you have. Tell me the truth. And then she's like, I don't want to say anything in front of the cameras. And then he's like, that's why I told you to go back to the front. Because he too knows, like, don't say anything that's going to fuck you up. Like, just don't talk about this off camera. And I'm sure that's what probably happened. And I guess we'll get to know what happened, right? Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. Nothing. Oh, before I forget, I have to talk about Grace Lily. Oh, my God. Grace Lily's dating, and I see the preview of next episode. I'm glad. I think she's gonna break up with that guy. You don't want to date someone like that. I said that last week. You don't want to date someone like that. I don't care if you cannot date someone that doesn't trust you. He will never trust you. So I'm happy that she's grown enough to realize that I'm good. I don't need this guy, and I'm happy about that. Maddie, of course, goes to see James Kennedy. It's so cool to see James Kennedy have this life. Remember when James used to DJ in this closet at Saul, and now look at him. Like, don't give up on your dreams, guys. Like, honestly, don't give up on your dreams. Just don't give up on your dreams. Really, you never know where your dreams are going to take you. So just keep at it. Well, I think I'll end there. All right, guys, we'll talk soon. Enjoy your weekend. Love you all. Bye.